I hope you had a chance to go through the PowerPoint with me earlier on Sonia Delaunay's artwork and see some of the amazing abstract work that she created, and so did her husband at the time. Today what we're going to do is we're going to use some circle stencils and a ruler. So just go grab a few lids with your parents' permission and just hit pause until you come back. Do, do, do. Alright, now that you're back and you have your circle stencils and a ruler, if you don't have a ruler, remember I showed you can use a piece of paper and fold it a couple of times to get a straight edge. We're just going to be using these different circles to trace and create some for our final picture. So if you take a look at my example here, I have used balance. I've created something on each side and your eye goes across the paper. I have these very bold orange areas balanced out with some white areas, and then I have these very dark black areas, and they're going across the page, and we'll talk more about color choices in the next class. So what we're going to do to decide if your paper is going to go landscape or if it's going to go portrait. I'm going to turn my paper side to side so that it goes landscape, and I'm going to get my pencil, and I'm going to pick up a circle stencil first, and I'm going to place it into the top left corner area, and I'm just going to very quickly trace it. Make sure you hold it in the middle and go around so it doesn't wiggle, and then I'm going to take that again and I'm going to put it over here. I'm already starting to use balance in my artwork. Then I'm going to take this smaller circle, and I think I'm going to overlap it right here. And then I'm going to do a big circle now. So if I do a big circle again, you can overlap. And the great thing about using the lids is that you can figure out how to balance it more easily because you're going to be placing it on. So they can go off the page. So I'm going to balance that out up here. And we're also going to be using that ruler to create balance. So I don't have anything in this area. So I'm going to use my ruler. Remember, hold it in the middle by the number 6 or 15. Just like when we did our treasure maps earlier this year, I'm going to do some diagonal lines. I'm going to make sure that my diagonals all go in the same direction. So I'm going to draw a little bit there and slide it down so that it matches up. And we want to create balance and rhythm. So right now, I don't have anything in this square, so I think I'm going to do another small circle right here. So as you look at your artwork, if you see that there's an area that might need an extra straight line, I think I'm going to add another straight line right here so that I have a few that are close to each other. And to balance that out, I'm going to do the same thing right here. So I'm repeating that area where I've kind of trapped a section of the big circle in that space. Okay. I also have some large areas of open space to help balance out the clutter of the smaller shapes too. So once you have finished that, if you want to divide your circles up like you saw in a lot of her artwork, you can go ahead and do that. You can do that with curved lines. You could do that with just a straight line down the middle like this. I'm repeating that idea here. I might repeat some straight lines in this circle again. I don't like the way that looks, so I'm just going to go back and erase it. And that's why pencils have erasers. So once you're finished drawing, go ahead and set it aside. And we're going to pick up where we stopped last today. And we'll pick up that next time. So I'm going to erase this overlap too. I don't want that overlap there. And I don't want this overlap here. I want that circle by itself. And I want this circle by itself. And maybe I repeat that curve here that I have there, balancing those out. And these are already balanced with that. They have that mirror line going on there. But I think this one needs a few more interesting things going on. I'm just going to add some curves like that. Maybe another straight line in this bigger circle to divide that space up. Okay? All right, so next time I see you, we're going to talk more about colors. If you only have crayons at home, that's fine. If you only have colored pencils or markers, that's fine too. In my final, what I used is a combination of crayon and watercolor. So I'm going to show you this technique. And if you don't have watercolor, but you have food coloring that mom uses or grandma uses for cupcakes, ask them nicely if you can borrow some food coloring and put it in a little bit of water, and you have created your own watercolor. Okay, so use Flipgrid please to show me your work from this week, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.